Hi, I'm Ryan, and I created Nyched, the world's first human interaction platform. Interacting with our interests and our passions are one of the most joyful things in life. It's something that we strive to do. We organize our lives around it. It's one of the main reasons we go to work. It's one of the main things we spend our money on. But the online environment, the internet, does not foster these types of interactions. Instead, it's been designed and developed to keep us connected to the technology instead of to our interests and passions. Nyched is an alternative. It removes things that get in the way of us getting connected with the things that we love to do. It removed algorithms and gatekeepers, among other things, and put incentive structures in place so that you would have the autonomy and the power to be able to decide what you see. So hopefully you can get offline more quickly and interact with those things. There's a major problem with social media, and it centers around its ideology, its use of algorithms and gatekeepers and superficial metrics for engagement like liking and commenting. Now, there's nothing wrong necessarily with those things inherently, but the way they're used and the way they come together creates an environment where we don't have very much control at all. We're left at the whim of the creator of the social media platform. The goal is to keep us in for as long as possible so that advertisers can spend more money there and get more eyeballs on their products. Again, by itself, nothing wrong with those things necessarily, but we were sold that this would be a place where we could have interactions, where we could interact with our passions and our hobbies. And we have to sift through a lot of content in order to get to it most of the time. And at the end of the day, an algorithm is just guessing at what we want to see. And a gatekeeper is just guessing about what we're going to post inside of their group. All of these things removes our autonomy from the equation. It stifles creativity, and it doesn't foster genuine interactions. Instead, it fosters an environment where we are incentivized to get clicks and get likes and get the next laugh and the next meme. And that's not the most meaningful things in my life. Is it the most meaningful things in yours? My main mission when I created Nyched was to connect you to your interests, your passions, and your hobbies. To give you an environment where you had total control over it, so that you had a say and you were able to get connected online to what you're passionate about as quickly as possible. Not some model where I'm trying to suck you in and keep you there so I can increase ad revenue. I want you to be my customer, not my product. This improves your life dramatically. Could you imagine a scenario where you just hopped online, you got everything you wanted right at your fingertips, all of your interests, all of your passions, all of your hobbies. You don't have to sift and dig through the mud of whatever the algorithm thinks you might like to get you hooked and sucked deeper and deeper, all exhausting you to the point of just throwing the phone down and being done with it for the day. That's my goal. My goal is to give you an environment where it connects you with your passions and then gets you back in the real world, again, doing the things that you're passionate about. Nyched provides our customers with an enhanced user experience. We give you control completely over your feed. You get to decide what types of things get on there, what types of subjects and topics get onto your feed. And when you get to choose, the hope is that those things would be more meaningful to you. This helps you to connect with hopefully smaller influencers that are putting out good content, but are just hitting the wall of the algorithm where it's difficult to find because the big platforms aren't organized in a way where it's easy to find the information you want to see. They're organized in a way where it's easy to find popular information. Well, it can't become popular unless people see it. So it's kind of a circular thing that is stopping a lot of people who might have great content out there from getting recognized. And it keeps you from potentially seeing more things that you're interested in. Because you're the focus and you're at the center of the platform, Nyched is designed in a way where it eliminates my agenda because I don't have any mechanisms in place that can feed you what I believe or what I'm interested in. It allows you to create a completely customized user experience, a completely customized platform to you. Your experience is going to be 100% different from mine, and that's because you are in total control. This video is sponsored by Nyched. Nyched did something revolutionary. It took all the things that people disliked about social media, the barriers that kept them from their true passions and interests, and we removed them. We removed things like gatekeepers and algorithms, and instead we replaced it with you. We put you in control of your online environment so that you can choose and have a better life. Right now we're in beta, and if you're interested in the project at all, please go to resistthealgorithm.com to learn more and find out how you can support us and how you can be a part of this amazing community and movement that's been growing. If you can't join Nyched right now, I totally understand and I wouldn't ask you to, but keep doing what you're doing, watching videos, liking and commenting on them. You're part of the community too. Thank you so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me. On Nyched, the philosophy is to marry the online and offline world in a way that's symbiotic, something that will work together instead of against one another. It seems like in this day and age, you either have the people who are completely offline and don't do the whole social platform type of thing at all, or you have the people who are online all the time and are constantly frustrated by things that the algorithm's trying to push to them. In a perfect world, I believe that technology aids in the real world experience and vice versa. You get to share things and people get to like it, but it's things that they wanted to see. One of the most frustrating things I feel online is the barrier, the sense that it's hard to get to the things that I want to see. Sure, the algorithm gets it right some of the time. Of course it does. Otherwise it wouldn't be so widely used, right? But we know exactly what we want. We know our desires better than some computer program could ever do. So the goal is to get you to interact with the things online, but only to the extent that it helps you get back into your passions and helps you to interact in the real world offline with people who enjoy the same things that you do as well. Since you're in control and you're the one curating your environment on Nyched, this means that you will have more authentic relationships and interactions on there, hopefully fostering real-world interactions at some point, getting to the point where you can get out and enjoy your hobbies and passions and interests with other people who enjoy your hobbies and passions and interests, and getting offline to actually do those things. I know I've been stuck where I've had projects to do, something that was a hobby or something that I wanted to get done that I was interested in. I just get sucked into social media. I go try and learn about this thing more. And instead of actually getting to the doing part, I'm just constantly stuck in the consuming part. So in the future, I am committed to making functionality that helps people continue to interact offline as well as online. I'm not against technology or against any of these things that we're talking about. I just think that they're utilized in an unethical way on most of these platforms. On Nyched, the way you discover new content is organically, instead of through the algorithm trying to guess what you want to see. We all hop online usually to get that dopamine hit, to see if something is interesting that has been posted since we were last online. The problem is sometimes the algorithm picks up on rabbit trails that we went down that weren't really pertinent to us or that didn't really matter all that much to us. It was just interesting for a time. So on Nyched, you get to choose. You get to pick what actually truly interests you by following topics of things and then seeing the posts inside of those topics. You can, of course, still follow individuals that you're interested in, but most of us have interests and hobbies that we want to see content like that gets us recharged the most. Instead of staying there doom scrolling for hours, hoping that you get this trickle of dopamine hit, and then you're exhausted by the end of it and you just collapse and go to bed. My goal is to get you into your interest, into your hobby, seeing what other people are doing, and then hopefully get you offline so that you can then interact with those things that you're passionate about. Because Nyched doesn't have an algorithm and it doesn't rely on that algorithmic choice to put things in front of you, it reduces bias. It reduces my ability to be able to control what you see, which I don't want to have. We don't have that in the real world. We get to choose where we go and what we see and what we interact with. And in turn, that's going to increase the diversity of the content that you're truly interested in and passionate about. So you're going to get a higher quality more quickly, and again, get recharged so you can get offline and go experience the world. Since I've put you in control as well, that comes with a great deal of responsibility. That means that we have to have an open platform where we can share ideas and thoughts and different hobbies that not all of us will agree with or like. You have a choice. You can either avoid that because you have full control over your feed and you can have the experience you want to have, or you can engage in it in a productive way where you can have conversations with people to hopefully share your ideas and your thoughts, and we can hopefully have common ground. But because I'm committed to that and I haven't put mechanisms in place where I have control, the responsibility lands with the individual to control their online environment and ensure that what they're seeing is exactly what they want to see. I created Nyched because of the problem with social media. The fact that they use algorithms and gatekeepers to keep us sucked into their apps so that their ads can get more eyeballs on them. The fact that they treat us like products instead of like customers and don't give us any control. Nyched did things completely differently. It took away the algorithms and the gatekeepers, and it put you at the center of the application, gave you the control so that you can interact with your passions and your hobbies and your interests immediately as soon as you get online. It's a place that fosters creativity that hopefully connects you with other people who are like-minded about the things that you're interested in. And at the end of the day, hopefully connects you with influencers that are of interest to you, that are doing the things you like to do. But ultimately, the goal of Nyched is to get you offline, engaged in your passions, engaged in the things that you love, that recharge your batteries, that get you through the day. Nyched is the world's first human interaction platform, and it is totally within your control. To learn more, go to resistthealgorithm.com. If you like this video, leave a comment down below or a like. I love to see comments and I'd love to hear more from you. And if you want to see more things like this, stay tuned because the next video is coming up right now.